Alright guys, I spent about a month trying to figure out why this thing won't, work. So I've swapped components around. I built the second board immediately, and that one actually doesn't work in a different way, but we'll cover that next. So this is the original board. I've got the bluster built and programmed. Somebody was saying that it might not work if you don't have that in there, although this board has the 6.2 fixes. Yeah, you found some foam? Anyways, this has some 6.2. This has the 6.2 fixes, which should have the fix for not having a buster populated. But anyways, the only thing that's missing is the RTC, which should not be causing this problem right now. All the chips that are not populated are the ones that it says do not populate. So I've got a couple of them here and there, and the correct ones are not populated. The correct ones are populated. Everything's in here now. So this is a ROM 314. It's got an authentic 68,000. It came from a working board. It's got my 1 meg Fat Agnes in here. It's got the Super Denise. It's got the Vidiot installed. So it should just work. Here we turn it on and we just get a green screen. And it'll blink a couple of times and then just go out. But yeah, all I can get is a green. It doesn't matter if I'm on ROM 3.14 or 1.3, it does the same thing. Let me grab the diag ROM and toss that back in here, and we can see what I get on the laptop through the serial port. Okay, diag ROM 1.3 is installed. Also, this RAM, I bought this from a US seller. It's good. It's not bad RAM. So you can see the board's a little glossy and wet looking. That is deoxit. I sprayed the whole board down, popped everything out, back in, just in case any of the original stuff was giving me problems or any of these sockets were giving me problems. Didn't make a difference. Alright, so I'm going to turn it on now. Here we go. See, everything's coming up green. This is actually about as good as it ever gets. I can swap out the RAM and get it to show RAM problems. So we got those two reds, and then hit the space bar here, and it pulls up the menu on the screen even. Yeah, pardon the flicker. You gotta love videoing CRTs. So we are seeing a meg of chip RAM, 68,000. So we can go down, and I can move this with the keyboard on the laptop. So memory tests, and if I go in here and I do test detected chip mem, I had it do like 100 of these non-stop. It never came up with any errors, so it is happy with the chip mem. So why won't the normal kickstart boot past the green chip mem error? I don't get it. All of my logic chips are brand new and from Mauser, so there shouldn't be a problem here. Everything is installed properly. All these little resistor packs have their dots in the correct spot. It's not like I put anything in backwards. All my solder joints are fine. So it's just been baffling me. Why is ChipMem happy with this board, but Kickstart won't boot? It's like I am so close. I'm right on the doorstep, and this thing should be working. I can't wait for it to work. So I'm begging somebody who knows what I'm missing here to, say, hey. But it's not making any sense. If I swap these two CIA chips, I get RAM errors. In fact, let's go ahead and I'll shut it down and we'll do that. Yeah, we're almost done with this memory. I'll show you a full pass. There we go. Address size of memory size of 1023. So that's an odd thing, but it doesn't come up with any errors. There's 0 errors. Address errors are all blank. Data errors are all blank. And the only thing I can see is it start at 0400. Shouldn't that start at all zeros and ends at ones and a bunch of zeros and a 3? But other than that, it's happy. You know, usable memory it's saying 0, so I don't know what's up with that. I wish I, you know, I've been even looking at the schematics, but anyways, okay, let's swap those two CIAs. All right, I've swapped the CIAs. This is just kind of gonna overlap, but let's go ahead and turn it on. We'll see it over here. Turn it on, blinking, and it booted. All right, there's some memory errors. That's what I was talking about when it doesn't like the CIA. So, I've looked through the schematics. I don't understand what the CIA has to do with the memory, other than maybe it could be fouling up the bus if it's bad. All right, this is the green board. I've swapped the CPU, the diagram. It's got its original CIAs. Swapping them back and forth was not leading me anywhere useful. I put the bluster in this one as well. This has got some RAM that I don't trust, but at least it's enough to get the diagram to do something. I've had it come up and say that this RAM is good before, so anyways, here we go. This board seems to boot reliably every time. Yeah, address error. So that's what this board does, is I get all these address errors, and it tends to lock up at some point. The screen's over here doing this funny dance. So, yeah. It doesn't matter what RAM I have in the board. I get this every time on the green board. I don't know what it is. We can shut it off, and I can try J101 in the other spot. Both of these boards are, where's the solder jumper? Oh, there it is. Solder jumpered for NTSC. So, anyways. There we go. And close if J101 is 1.2. It's no longer 1.2, so we'll put that there. It's getting the tick from the PSU. It doesn't make a change. If I put it over there, I get the same functionality. This trigger mode, I think, is not related. So, anyways, here we go. Yeah, same address error crap. Not happy. Like I said, all these components, we saw these components working in my old Amiga board before I built this one. So why this one's getting a completely different error when all of the chips were sourced the same? Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. So now I'm going to see the screen's trying to flash some error message on it. I don't know what it is since it's not syncing. Oh, here it is. No memory found, halting system. So that's what I usually get after it goes through this address error. Yeah. Trying to find some fast mem, no chip mem found, nothing. So, it's got chip mem. This memory works in the other board, at least enough to get to the menu in this thing. So, I'm going to go ahead and spray this with deoxit and desocket it and put it back in. Just this one's had a hard life. Somebody had a lot of trouble removing it from sockets in the past, and the corners are all busted up on it, so it was hard to tell which one's the square corner, but it's in there correctly. It's a brand new socket, so it shouldn't need deoxit, but we'll try. Okay, she's good and juicy now. Goosh, there we go. Focus. So she's good and juicy. Let's see what we get this time. Same old. And lots of address errors. Makes no sense to me. And I have swapped the entire chipset between boards, and this problem remains. You know, I built this board without any sockets for the basic logic, because when that one didn't work, I was like, well, maybe I'm having trouble with sockets, so I didn't use sockets. I'm like, all the chips are brand new. There's no reason that they're going to fail on me. They weren't socketed in the original Amigas, So why socket them in mine? So I didn't socket any of the basic logic. Please, somebody tell me what I am doing wrong. The stuff that's not supposed to be populated isn't populated. The stuff that is. Alright, I'll put the original Amiga chipset back in here. Let's see if we get a green screen, or I think it's just going to be black on here. Oh, that's yellow. That's new. Power light is flickering, pulsing. Yellow went away and came back. Throbbing power light. I don't think I'd tried the actual kickstart in this one before, because yellow is new. Anyways, for the heck of it, let me swap the CIAs between this board and the other board and see if it does anything. CIAs have been swapped between the black board and the green board in the same order. So we're still running the 314 kickstart. So do we get a yellow screen again? Yes. Yes, we do. Just for the heck of it, let's try swapping the RAM between boards. It occurs to me before I swap the RAM, let's try putting this jumper back to where it's supposed to be for an OCS chipset, because this board has the OCS chipset. So those two jumpers are back where they belong, and we're going to turn it on again. Yellow. Yep, no change. Okay. We'll swap out the RAM now. I got all the chips sitting right here. All right, good, known good, well, as known good as I can get. Toshiba RAM installed. Let's see what we get now. Yellow. Yeah, so I'm at my wit's end. I am so frustrated. This was just supposed to build it, build it properly, swap my components over, and the thing was just supposed to work, and then I could go on to restoring the cases that are all rusty. And I've been stuck on these motherboards for a month now, and it doesn't make any sense to me. Each board has its own set of problems, even though all the parts came out of the same bags. These are all this basic logic came from the same Mauser order. They were all in the same bags together. Everything is populated the same. Well, why doesn't it work? This vidiot is soldered straight to the board rather than the socket that I accidentally did. Turn it off. I can put this DMA thing on slow. Doesn't make any difference. This board posts every single time I turn it on. The other board, sometimes it doesn't, especially if I have the CIAs in an order it doesn't like. The power supply's been recapped. I checked the voltages. They're a little bit high, but they're perfectly reasonable. They're well inside of 5%. So, yeah. The only things that are missing from these things are the clock chips, and that wasn't in the BOM, and I didn't have an authentic A2000 to pull one from, so I don't have clock chips. What in the world is this board's problem? Just sitting here flashing yellow. I'm gonna have to look up yellow to see what its complaint is.